Right, you big fanny snotters, I'm going to be doing a video now, right? So you're going to watch it and like it, and if you don't like it, well, I don't like you. Only kidding. 'Tis the season to be, ha ha ha, jolly and that pish, no? So what's the video, I hear you cry? It's 6 games to play after finishing God of War Ragnarok. Hope you enjoy the video. Bob Eggs. Yes, before we get properly started with the video, Happy New Year to you all. It's another year, it is 2023, have a beer or two if you like, or pish in it, it's a lot of pish. Folk are like, oh, new year, new me, same old shitty habits. Number 6 is Evil West. I was debating, no, I'm lying, I put this in at the end because I was playing it and went, oh, this is awfully God of War-like, isn't it? From the punches to the climbing up chains to the opening of chests, this is God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, only with about 50% more jank, but it's a good game, right? So video game. So get it fucking played, none of your shite, love it, hate it, play it. It's good. It's new as well. It was only out in November of 2022. And it's already £35. Fair enough, it released at $37.50, but hey, a discount's a discount, am I right? I fucking, brilliant. Oh man, I've just lost my soul. I've lost all my soul and all my fucking faculties to do these videos. And I just ramble pish. Yeah, it was alright. Give it a go, if you dare. Number 5 is Jedi Fallen Order of the Star Wars variety. If you're into that sort of thing. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, hey, this is Star Wars. What the fuck has this got to do with God of War? Well, the structure of the game is the same. There's a lot of backtracking a la Zelda style. The combat's weighty and deep, and I don't know why he swings that lightsaber like it's a fucking double-handed fucking claymore, because it's a sword made of light. The heaviest part of that sword is the fucking handle. That'll weigh next to bugger all, so why he swings it like he's swinging a fucking double-headed battle axe in the middle of a Viking showdown, I don't know. But it's a nice feeling, and you can make that lightsaber a double lightsaber later on if you can be fucking arsed. So this is think of this as God of War in space with a ginger. And Vikings had ginger parts. Scots folk have ginger parts, and all this cunt's American, so aye. It's good. It's hard, it's like a Dark Souls game. I kinda felt like there was some Dark Souls DNA in the new God of War anyway, the way when you have to use fucking R1 and R2 to fucking fight, you just press X to fight in this one. No, so it's not quite as God of War or as Dark Souls as I was saying. I'm talking shite. Give it a go though, because it's bloody good. The sequel's out next year. If you fancy paying £70 for a Star Wars game that'll last 12 hours. Game number 4, Devil May Cry DMC. Now this is quite a controversial game, but I really like it. In fact, I'm going to rub people up the wrong way right now and say this is my favourite of the Devil May Cry games up to number 4. I haven't played 5 much. I played a demo briefly. It was okay. But I like this one the best. Made by Ninja Theory. Microsoft now own Ninja Theory, so we'll never see a sequel to this or a follow-up or anything like that. So that's okay. It's its own wee universe in itself within another universe. So it's like a parallel universe, you know. Parallel universes. Anyway, this game's good for the chibbing. The combat's fun. Some of the bad guys remind me of Silent Hill enemies, though. They're like, all sort of twisted and you know, Aye, it's good. I recommend it to absolutely everybody, especially Devil May Cry fans, just to wind them up. But I'm including myself in that, so it's like, am I winding myself up? Then I now need to stick my own head through the wall? I don't know. Nobody really knows these questions, or the answers to these questions, because no one really, well, in their right mind gives a shit. But I've decided to ramble on a lot of pish. I like this game. Fuck it, I like this game. It's the only Devil May Cry I've played and finished to the completion. The bosses maybe a wee bit too easy, but other than that, it's a fun game, and I like it, and see you later. Number 3, Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Now, this is a cool wee game, I like this. It's a cutesy wee game where you go a spirit person that, like, sort of guides spirits around to, like, dead places, and some of these people become corrupt, and it's just, like, evilness and all that shit, and it's like Zelda, and it's got cutesy wee furball things in it that I'm sure should have been made into plushies, but maybe the game wasn't popular enough for that, I don't know. But you see them all about the place, and you can control them, you can tell them to do shit. So it kind of like has a Pikmin vibe, or Overlord. Remember that game, Overlord? No one remembers that game, except for the oldies, because it was 360 era, now long gone. They did have a Diablo-style Overlord game in the PS4 era, but no one played it because I heard it was shite, so I had to buy it. I had to buy it and not play it, so I didn't play it, so I still own it. Gave money over, didn't play it. Still have it. Digital only. This was released digitally at first, and then a few months later came out on disc, so I just waited for the disc release. I tend to do that with digital games. I'll wait and see if they get a disc release. It's usually about 50-50 at this point in time, but hopefully that'll become more thingy. Yeah. Anyway, cutesy version of God of War. Still quite hard at points, but you can just bang it on easy or do whatever you like. Don't play it, but I think you should play it. I think you should give it a go because it's well worth it. Number 2, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Right, this is another Ninja Theory game, and you'll see it when you play it. You'll see that in the combat that there are some similar animations with Dante and Senua, but this is a very, very different affair. The fighting's pretty good. It's a bit basic at first, but you'll learn moves, you'll unlock new moves, and it actually becomes really quite good fun. So don't judge it by its first fight, because it is quite basic. And you have to die at the first fight, because it teaches you how the respawning, and if you do fail at a fight and you get killed, what happens. So it's pretty good that way, but it's like, I didn't want to die. But no one really wants to die, do they? That's a whole other philosophical journey. See, I could really edit out these wee mistakes, but I think they add to the charm, Maybe I'm wrong, but who cares? So this is a game, you are avenging your lover's death, and you carry his head around with you on your hip. That's lovely and morbid. And she talks to it every now and again, and you're fighting Norsemen, so you must be in, like, Britain, maybe, I think it is. I don't know. I can't remember if it really goes into the location as to where you actually are, because the Vikings went all over, so it could be fucking Sweden, could be anywhere, could just be a place that they found randomly, and you just have to fight them back. I'm not sure if the Norsemen are actually real, or if this is just Senua going off or not, because it does give you a warning about psychosis at the start of the game, because she's clearly going mental. So it does have a lot of horror aspects as well. It's not just an action game, it's got some neat wee puzzles in it. I like it a lot. I think everybody should have a go with this. It's not a terribly long game, but it's well worth it. And it's kind of freaky at times. There's moments where I was like, this is a fucking straight up horror game. And I was like, yes, that's excellent. So please get this on the Xbox. You can get it on the PS4, but because Microsoft own Ninja Theory, you will be playing the sequel on the Xbox or PC only, so get the Xbox version. You can get it in PS4, like I said, if you want, but if you want to play the follow-up, you're going to need to play it on PC or Xbox, and that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. Number 1, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. Now, this is the definitive edition, if you want. It's my favourite of the Darksiders games. So if there are any of these games on here and you're like, oh, I prefer such and such in a franchise, if it's got a franchise, some don't, you can always pick whatever game you see fit. Whether I'll go, I prefer Darksiders 3. Well, instead of putting Darksiders 2 here, you put 3, just as a wee example. Nice and patronising there, isn't it? I love it. This game needs a patch though for the old next gen machines. Just a wee 60 FPS patch. It's all I really desire of it, because I think the graphics still look pretty damn good and the colours are nice and they're bright and blah 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 blah. This looks like a Todd McFarlane comic come to life. It's about the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Second game, you go Death. That's why they called it Definitive, because you know, puntastic. You get it for buttons as well, but it's just a great game. I recommend turning the damage numbers off though to improve your frame rate. And I think you should just dive straight in. This is very much like God of War. There's a lot of backtracking, fanning about, fucking fighting things, you know, death animations that are, you know, pretty cool to watch and all that shit. There's a good loot game in this. Better loot game in this than there is in God of War, I'll tell you that, but sometimes it can be a wee bit overwhelming. There's just fucking hundreds of shite. But then again, I just ended up going to shops and selling it, so I had like millions of coins of gold. You know, like, would you want to buy something? Buy anything you want, just farm those fucking shit tier weapons and armour and sell it. It's funny. There's also DLC for this game, which you get in the definitive version. You can also play this in 360. You can play it in Wii U. I think it's out for the Switch. Play it in PS3. It's also out for PS4, PC. So for just a bit of everything, right? So there you are. There you go. There's your list of games. Take that, ya bastards. Oh no, I hope you enjoyed the video though, because it was fun to make. I always like making me lists. I like watching lists. Don't know why, it's just I find it satisfying to see what other shite people like or don't like, and I'm sitting here going, would you put that in number 2? Would you put that in number 1? You know what I mean? It's good. It's like, fuck's sake. Where's your taste up your arsehole? Anyway, it's a wonderful game. They're all wonderful games. Just buy all of them. Fuck it. Buy all of them and then send your opinions to me and your money. I'm only joking. No money. No, if you want. Good night.